Alright, time for kind of like a mid-stroke video kind of update. I figured since I better VHS tape everything because, you know, while it's nice and clean, since I'm pretty positive that once I start this steamboat, this is all gonna be all Hansel and Gretel with ATF, and it's gonna piss all over my nice handiwork that is so nice and clean right now and shiny. So why is this a mid-stroke update? Because you know when you're like half through the project and you're just about to have a stroke? Yeah, this is where I am right now. So, should I set it on fire or should I wrap it up? I don't know. Oh, to bring you up to speed though, this time money wasting machine present here has developed a non-integrity in the thermal percolator area, which is in here, which is since mothership GM has decided to marry two disparate personalities in this holy matrimony of materials, and just pass the savings to them but pass the headaches to the future unfortunate soul who's actually going to own this and maintain this and enjoy the mess. So the whole unholy matrimony became actually holy matrimony, and resulting in a massive cooling capacity via perspiration. Now the curator of this exhibit, i.e. me, myself, and I, have to deal with this engineering abomination of this whole thing. So I had the meeting with all the CEOs in my head, and we decided, okay, we're not going to go with that one anymore, which I'm going to explain why it was a mistake in the first place, but never mind. So I decided, hey, let's upgrade and get a shiny new Chinesium one that's basically, you know, one piece fits all, and forgo this whole bi-curious deal and basically go with the non-OEM piece and destroy the concourse value of this vehicle. So first thing that I got lost in the translation, you know, when you translate something from GM currency into the non-freedom units, you get issues. So the first thing got lost in translation was this little second nipple here, which doesn't exist in the Chinicom component. And the second problem was that these little whistle ports, they changed the pitch and the tune, because the Chinesium part has them singing in altar boy soprano, while the GM unit has them in more manly alto. So I had to make the decision about which way to gentrify this whole issue. And first I wanted to, initially I wanted to just bypass the internal coolant for the transmission and just add a couple more transistors and resistors, and just make the whole innie an outie, and basically have the coolant somewhere up front, or just basically cobble something together. But basically my wallet met that with about 17 ohms of resistance, so we just forgot the issues and decided, well, maybe there is a little more cheaper alternative to all that. So I kind of Google up some things, and I decided maybe there are adapters that are available, and lo and behold, yes, there are adapters available for something like that. So basically you go to AutoZone and you say to the nice man, hey, I need this to that. But the problem is, it only took 2 trips to the AutoZone, or discount auto parts, however you want to call it, for me to actually find the appropriate ones, resulting in these guys here. So, but the problem is, when you go to the discount auto parts and you appear over there, basically you if you speak lunatic like I do, you're gonna run into some issues. But thank God the clerk had one of them, translator machines, the transmogrifier that's, you know, goes from, you know, you have the settings from angry foreigner to female owner to, you know, normal person, or even a gearhead, you know, which is basically, you know, straight 1-to-1 ratio, but basically everything that translates everything into the modern day Vato zone Helvetia, or whatever, however you want to call it. So, and another problem is when you walk into the auto zone and the nice clerk will ask you, well, how big you want it and how long you want it, that plug for your hole, if you like. And you kind of go, well, you know, I measure everything with my digital calipers, which, you know, the one that goes from 7 to 3 pi over square to not enough. And, you know, okay, so let's search it by the, you know, brand name and model, and luckily he was able to find this Frigidaire Pacifica 3-stroke that I have here, and gave me the professionally guess estimate part, which was 2 shades too loud. So go back, you know, on the second day, and of course this time I was smarter, so again I didn't bring any of my 2 parts that I had, the old one or the new one, because both of them are out of the car. But I was like, nah, that's how smart people do it now. I'm more clever than that. So I told him, hey, you SOB, this is the wrong one, give me another one. Well, I didn't say that, but basically, you know, I did what every customer says. Hey, this doesn't fit, I need another one, but I still don't know the size. So he's like, okay, let's guesstimate another one. So he gave me the second to the shade that I needed, which actually did fit, but he only had one. So he had to special order from a special needs department in a whole Vato zone confuser. And basically day 4 I came and finally got both of them. So now both of them are installed with appropriate amount of rape tape around it, and you know, I had help from my neighbor, slid everything in with appropriate amount of let's say, just say Boston tea. So put them all in, you know, nice and, you know, with the German technique of guten tight, if you like. But, and I will refer to this as later, or that's the problem is. So, next one in line is this little faucet here, which in the GM variety had basically a little dump hole. And what's the purpose of this faucet is basically it's a neck warmer for this little throttle body here that goes from here to here to here and all that stuff, in order to basically avoid a freeze over when you're driving your freaking convertible. I don't know. So since this is you know, a sunny side up model, I decided, well, wait a minute, since I kind of don't need that, if I click on the delete button, you know, maybe we can just eliminate all this, and that's what I did. But the thing is, with the delete button you have to be careful, you know, because if you delete too much, then the neighbors are going to complain about the smell and noise and all that stuff. So this is what I did. Basically, I went up the hill to the nice man who has, out you go, who knows a guy whose grandma's aunt still drive that Russian tank, and basically I asked her nicely, hey, can you give me like 3 drops of that summer oil that you use in the tank, you know, when it's just a summer raid, not the winter raids, that's a little too thick. And she gave me that, and I kind of smidge it all over there, and that's blocked and tight, and hopefully no more tears until further noticed. So that's pretty much deleted it, and hopefully that pretty much concludes the whole business. Unfortunate part is this Chinesium part is made out of butter, and I ran into the future to be big problem, as in when I was putting the fittings in, of course they just went wonky, and the bottom one is now halfway stripped, which basically means one big speed bump and I'm gonna be leaking ATF everywhere. So yeah, I'm not mad, because what you expect for $135 for the whole effing radiator? I mean, I should have gone before the factory maybe. I'm still not kind of done about that. But in essence, if you notice, yes, I do have a nice expensive, the best you can buy at Walmart coolant, but we're not going to use that. We're just going to fill it up with distilled water, call it even, and wait for the tow truck. And that's where we are right now. Well, you know it is. Stay strong and don't fist the Android girls. And that's it.